It's been almost a month since their home opener, and tonight the Philadelphia Union returned to Talent Energy Stadium for only the second time this season as they look to record their first win of 2017 against the visiting Portland Timbers squad. Welcome to the booth at Talent Energy Stadium. This is Union Pregame Live. I'm Marissa Pilla.
And I'm Dave Leno. The Union are coming off back-to-back losses in Orlando and D.C. and a tough test ahead for the Union today against the Portland Timbers, the top club in the West. In 2015, they won MLS Cup. Last year, didn't even qualify for the playoffs. But this year, Marissa, they have a lot more depth and more of their standout players and their dramatic season in just a bit. But first, the Union kick off a three-game homestand and much-needed points ahead.
Well, their schedule to begin with was really travel-heavy, which is tough to start your season. But the next 4 of their 5 will be here at Talent Energy Stadium, which is really important for the club because they had one of the best home records in the East last season. And, of course, they hope to continue that trend again. They're still unbeaten at home, but looking for 3 points, as we said. And on the road, the Union can tend to sit back a little, but expect them to come out with a lot of aggressiveness today because they really want to catch Portland off guard. We talked to a few of the guys earlier this week, and they said they're so excited to be back home.
It's always special when you play at home. I think in those first 4 games, we've played 3 games away, so we're definitely looking forward to this long streak of home games, and hopefully we can, start winning, start getting some points that we feel is deserved from our work ethic on the field, and we're just looking forward to the game on Saturday, and hopefully we can turn things around right now.
It's no secret to people that we can press a little more and we can play with a little more energy at home and have a little more excitement. Those are always the difficulties when you play on the road with the fans behind the opposing team.
So for the next few opponents, Montreal lost last night. New York City FC lost earlier today to D.C. And Marissa, this is a tough league to win on the road. Last year, only New York City FC and Toronto FC were the lone 2 clubs with above 500 records away from home.
And to that point, Portland didn't win at all on the road last year. They already do have 1 road win this season, but it is tough to win on the road. Jim Curtin has echoed that sentiment all week long, but there has been a player for the Union who's been playing lights out either home or away, and that's been CJ Sapong. 3 goals in the last 3 games. This is the second time in his career that CJ has recorded a goal in back-to-back matches. He served the team really well coming off the bench as well as a starter. And Jim Curtin says, defenders just hate playing against CJ because he's just a handful.
And here's his highlights from this year against Toronto FC. He gets behind the back line and beats Clint Irwin for his first. Then in Orlando, look at this ball played in by Herbers off of Bedoya. And Sapong buries it down past Bendick. And here at D.C., Bedoya with a great shot off of me. And C.J. has it for his 3rd goal of the year. This is the 3rd season C.J. Sapong is sporting a Union uniform coming from Sporting KC. And you got to give credit to his attitude because he's been coming off the bench. He'll start tonight, but Jay Simpson has been getting that number 9 spot for the Union in Jim Curtin's lineup. And him and Simpson, they go toe-to-toe in training a little bit.
And Charlie Davies is also pushing them as well in training. And CJ doesn't just make good runs, and he's not just physical, but he's also a distraction. Defenders really feel like they have to guard him closely, which opens up space for the other attackers. I mean, Ilsinho, Fabian Herbers, Chris Pontius, they'll have much more room to play around and kind of get some opportunities for themselves tonight.
He has 19 career goals donning a Union uniform, and Timbers center back Lawrence Olam knows him very well, having donned a Sporting KC uniform with Sapong, both roommates and old teammates, and he knows his contributions to the final third.
He's a strong player. He's good with his back towards goal. He makes intelligent runs. And so that's what we'll try to limit what he's good at, reduce the chances of him getting in and around the box.
And there's going to be a lot of focus tonight on the defensive shape for the Philadelphia Union, Marissa, because they've given up the ball 13 times in dangerous areas. 6 of them had led to a goal. And now let's take a look at Jim Curtin's 4-2-3-1 formation in the starting lineup with the reigning goalkeeper of the year, Andre Blake, making his 44th career start between the sticks.
And Richie Marquez, he was the biggest question mark heading into today's game. He was experiencing concussion-like symptoms after a knock against TC. He has been cleared, and they will need his size, his physicality, and most importantly, his confidence on the ball because of Portland's dynamic attack.
Harris Medunian and Derek Jones will occupy the number 6 and number 8 positions, trying to start attacks and break up plays.
And then with Alejandro Bedoya in the middle, looked for them to try to invert that triangle a little, get Bedoya on the side because he's a little more comfortable over there and gives him some more more room to kind of free up the ball and have his head already facing up top. And as we said before, CJ Sapong will be starting, which is great for him. He's really shown what he can do, which is amazing because he did well last season starting off, and he's off to a hot start this year.
Yeah, the Union have only notched 4 goals this season. The difference is Portland has put up 13 goals, so a lot of focus we sit on the defense, but as well that final third and the contributions the Union will make amid Timbers goalkeeper Jake Gleason. And coming up, our very own JP Delacamera put up with Union head coach Jim Curtin to gather his thoughts on the early start and trying to get 3 points tonight against the Timbers. That interview is coming up next.
We'll have the crowd behind us. They did have to travel quite a long way, and that's a big advantage in our league. So we'll have to jump on them early and then look to get all 3 points at home.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck today.
Thank you very much. Thanks, JP.
Curtin's not one to make excuses. He says the club Marissa right now is about 2 or 3 points off the pace that they won through 4 games, and he's really looking for a full 90-minute performance tonight against the Portland Timbers, who are coming off a 1-1 draw against New England Revolution.
And last season really wasn't their year, but they've started off 2017 pretty nicely. They are 3-1-1, first in the Western Conference, and this is a team that is really fluid in their attack and will work the ball up through the field with a sequence of short passes where they can create scoring opportunities down the flanks, but they're also great at scoring on crosses through the middle as well as long balls outside, and that has a lot to do with their offensive attack.
Timbers are headlined by 2 of the very best at their respective positions. 30-year-old Diego Valeri flourishes in that number 10 role for Caleb Porter's club, whether it's in the run of play, providing service, or finishing. Oftentimes, Valeri provides service and through balls to Fernando Adi, one of the best number 9s in Major League Soccer. The Nigerian international is a threat on counters in space and 1v1 situations, and with a goal, Adi can become the all-time leading scorer in Timbers history tonight. And here's Diego Valeri's eye-popping MLS goal of the week last week against New England. There's a poor clearance by Chris Tierney, and look at that sensational volley by Valeri inside the box as he buries it. The 30-year-old DP from Argentina is really a dynamic playmaker for Caleb Porter. There's a couple other players that I'm looking out for. Speaking of off-season acquisitions, Davi Guzman is a number 6 for Portland, and he's going to allow Valeri and Chara to get further up the field. And also another key off-season acquisition was Sebastian Blanco, who played on the right flank opposite of Darlington Nagbe. They spent about $4 million for Blanco coming from San Lorenzo in Argentina. He's a player that's going to be lethal in that final third for the Portland Timbers.
But there's also been a lot of new faces for the Union who have been doing really well, especially in starting lineup roles. We've seen Derek Jones impress a lot of people, including his teammates and opposing coaches as well. First homegrown player to go from academy to the Steel to the first team. Harris Madunian becoming a leader. His work ethic is relentless, and he's shown incredible vision on the field. He leads the league in chances created with 13. And of course, on defense, there's Oguchi Onyewu, a familiar name to soccer fans from his time with the U.S. men's national team, providing not only a veteran presence, but a physical presence as well. He has been great in marking men during set pieces. And then up top, the Arsenal product, Jay Simpson, really enjoying his time stateside, functions best when playing off a target man, and his best asset is probably his speed and ability to create space for himself. I mean, that's what the Union really needed, and they found a great speed guy in Jay Simpson.
And it says a lot about the Union organization to implement these guys at the start of the season beginning their MLS careers. And those new faces will look to generate some offense and follow the play of CJ Sapong in 2017. Marissa's interview with Sapong when we return to Chester.
Awesome.